I laid off 2 days ago. Let's talk about it. But first. Oh, whoa. Whoa. I do live in the Bay Area, so I do work in tech. Or I did. So pretty much woke up to an email that was sent out saying we're going to face a workforce reduction. Oh, it's good. I wasn't sure what was going to happen to me, but my manager did pull our weekly 101 forward. Let's dip this in here. And in that call was the head of my department, along with an HR lady, probably a script that they, read off for everyone. After a few minutes of ending that call, I was locked out of everything, and now I'm jobless. I'm unemployed.
Are there even going to be any jobs going into the future? I mean, McKinsey Institute saying between 40 to 80 million jobs per year replaced by AI. And what they really said is between 400 to 800 million jobs per year replaced by AI. So we have, the blue collar workers, and then we have the white collar workers. And it turned out the white collar workers beat the blue collar workers to replacing themselves, because maybe that's their job, is to, they always have to be valuable. They always want to, it's basically something which is thinking based usually, instead of just something that's actually more physical. So, things which are both physical and basically thinking based, then you could imagine that would comprise a gray collar type of trade, type of occupation. So these are getting replaced. You imagine to the degree to which they share an overlap with the sort of knowledge work. So this is a shocking thing. We're talking about 400 to 800 million, 400 to 800 million people. And what's crazy is that we also have a pink collar, which is like customer service and these sort of things, like the copywriting sort of trade. So a guy goes and says, "Hey, I was gonna go and get into computer science, and when I did that, I learned about AI a few years ago, and I decided forget that because it looks like they can actually program themselves eventually." So he decides, I'm going to do something that's more artistic, more creative, something that is outside of, so anything that the AI can touch. This is going to be like creative, because he didn't want to. He wanted to try and beat that, and then it turns out that he saw that his boss had posted on LinkedIn that when GPT-3 came out, I asked it this question that came out with different sort of copywriting results, and he thought that was kind of cute, but it was just GPT-3, but it was just enough for that boss to stop sending him any more jobs. So he felt like he was one of the first people to actually be replaced by AI, and it was actually something that was kind of in more of a pink type of group, which is shared a little bit with the white and the gray type of stuff. That would be all the different sort of creative type of, and even other sort of customer service type of personal roles like that. So that's all being absorbed into right here, and then we have that turning into no collar. When you lose your collar, then you get no collar. So you either fall into that, and then you can fall into black collar, which is just simply, hey, I'm gonna get what I need anyway. You're gonna turn to crime. You're gonna turn to whatever. You're gonna think. I see people going like, hey, these jobs are hard to get, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pad my resume more. Like I'm thinking like, hey, what if I just decided that now I did get that degree. So we have that, and then we have red collar. The red collar group is all the red tape that the government has. That's any sort of government jobs, and they usually work. It seems like for every one job in red collar, you might actually lose one in blue. Or you might lose some percentage in blue, because that red tape does cost. And right now, when we're talking about this type of pressure, and we're talking about this number right here, we don't need to be messing around when this is the one trade that is actually kind of outside of all of this that's happening. And so something that is like the best type of collar, if you find something maybe in blue collar or something, maybe even to be a monopoly because you have some sort of coupling in the red space, then you can get a gold collar. So this is known as gold. So we don't know actually what this really is. We could say that's high ticket type of stuff. That's all of these different sort of groups which have found their way. And, you can imagine that's well-positioned AI, these sort of things which, maybe won't be able to replace themselves as soon, maybe because they have some sort of, patent or other sort of, ability to protect themselves. But you see that this is what's going on here. So this is why, I wanted to be able to get my estimator out there to all of these different people that are trying to maybe they have no collar and they're thinking, okay, what is going to make sense? How do I actually think about my situation? What's going to be viable, going into the next 10 years? So that's just some of my thinking about that. Wish you guys all the best.
Everyone, I'm Iluma. Space X Launch Base.